Welcome to my daily HR metrics series by Nicolas Bebani. 31%. That's the percentage of eligible employees actively using GenAI in NROC security latest research. Sounds impressive, right? But here's the number that really caught my attention. 1.4%. That's the report GenAI Effectiveness Index. So we have more people using AI, but the estimated productivity impact is still very small. And that raises a much more interesting question. Are we measuring AI adoption when we should be measuring AI effectiveness? Welcome to another episode of Daily HR Metrics. NROC Security analyzed 4,800 business users and around 139,000 GenAI interactions during the second quarter of 2026. The users came from different industries and represented a typical mix of enterprise knowledge workers. And the change from Q1 to Q2 was significant. Active GenAI usage increased from 19% to 31%. Weekly active user increased from 40% to 21%. And the number of GenAI app families in use increased from 19 to 53%. So AI adoption is clearly expanding, but adoption isn't the same thing as effectiveness. Here's where it gets really interesting. NROC found that 89% of prompts were at most intermediate skills. That's actually an improvement from 96% in Q1. And that the share of active users showing expert level of higher prompting skill increased from 28 to 48%. So people are getting better, but there's still a huge gap between using AI and using AI really well. The report estimates that the most effective users, people using AI weekly or daily with high skill prompts, represented only around 5% of employees. That's up dramatically from the previous quarter, but it's still only 5%. And this is where I think the research becomes much more interesting than simply another AI adoption statistic. Imagine giving everyone in your company access to a powerful calculator. Would that automatically make everyone better at mathematics? Of course not. The tool matters. But so does knowing what question to ask, how to structure the problem, how to check the answer, when not to trust the answer, and how to apply it to real work. GenAI is similar. Giving people ChatGPT, Copilot, Gemini, or whatever another tool you name it doesn't automatically create productivity. Capability has to grow alongside access. There is actually a positive story here. In Q1, 96% of prompts were at most intermediate skills. In Q2, that fell to 89%. At the same time, the share of active users reaching expert plus skill increased from 28 to 58%. That's a huge improvement. So I don't think the message is people aren't good at AI. The message is people are learning. And that's exactly why HR has a role to play. So here's today's HR metric, GenAI Effectiveness Index, GEI. The idea is simple. Instead of counting everyone who uses AI equally, we look at how often are they using it and how skillfully are they using it. NROC places employee into 5 effectiveness segments: inactive, infrequent, weekly but low skill, high skill weekly, and high skill daily. Each segment is assigned an illustrative productivity potential: 0%, 0%, 5%, 10%, and 20%. Then we calculate a weighted average. The formula is employees in each effectiveness segment times that segment assumed productivity potential, summed across all segments divided by total employees. For Q2 2026, NROC models produce 1.4% of working hours. That doubled the previous quarter's 0.7%. Again, this is an illustrative index. It's not saying every employee literally saved 1.4% of their working hours. It's a way of estimating how much AI use is moving toward to meaningful productivity. And this is where I think the metric becomes useful. Don't just ask how many people are using AI. Ask how many people are becoming good at using AI. And then are we helping the rest get better? Look at the people in your top performing AI group. What are they doing differently? Which task are they using AI for? How are they prompting? How are they checking the result? Then turn this behavior into simple example that other teams can learn from, because the goal isn't more prompts, the goal is better work. There is another important lesson in this research. NROC found that about 23% of uploaded files reach free or consumer GenAI apps. So AI effectiveness can't be separated from responsible use. We need both productivity and protection. The best AI strategy isn't block everything, and it isn't let everyone do whatever they want. It's give people freedom with a safety net. So here's the lesson I take from this research. AI adoption is only the beginning. The real opportunity is helping people move from using AI to using AI well, and from using AI well to changing how work gets done. That's where the real productivity story begins. So here's my question to you. Are you measuring how many people use AI or how many people know how to use it effectively? And if you could improve only one thing, would you choose more access, better prompting skills, better use case, or better training? Tell me in the comments. And if you enjoyed today's daily HR metrics, subscribe for the next one because HR metrics aren't just numbers. Behind every number is a person. See you tomorrow for another new HR metrics. For your daily dose of learning people analytics, make sure to like and follow my YouTube and LinkedIn page at Nicolas Lebani.